In today's fast-paced world, where everyone has something to say and every opinion finds a platform, silence has become an underrated strength. We are often taught to speak up, to express ourselves, to be heard. But rarely are we taught the value of strategic silence. Yet, silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is self-control in a moment of emotional chaos. It is respect when words could wound. It is protection of peace, of relationships, of trust. There are moments in life where saying nothing is far more powerful than saying anything at all. These moments test your patience, your emotional maturity, and your ability to choose peace over pride. Whether you're in an argument, feeling attacked, or tempted to speak just to be right, pausing can make all the difference. Sometimes, silence saves friendships. Other times, it saves you from regret. So before you speak, ask yourself, is this the right time? Is this the right thing? Is this worth saying at all? Let's explore 10 powerful situations where staying silent is not just wise, it's necessary. 1. Be silent if you can't talk without yelling. There are moments when emotions run high, when frustration bubbles over, and all you want to do is raise your voice to be heard. But here's the truth. Yelling never really solves anything. It might make you feel powerful in the moment, but it often leaves behind regret, broken trust, and deeper wounds. When your voice is louder than your wisdom, it's time to pause. Silence in that moment isn't weakness, it's strength. It's the strength to walk away, breathe, and return with calm words instead of emotional fire. Speak only when your words are more powerful than your silence. 2. Be silent when you're angry. Anger is like a storm. It clouds your judgment, distorts your words, and leaves behind destruction. When you're angry, it's easy to lash out, to say things you don't truly mean, things that can't be taken back. But in those moments, silence becomes your shield. It gives your heart a chance to settle. It gives your mind a moment to think. Because words spoken in anger are often the ones we regret the most. So when the fire rises within, choose not to speak. Let silence cool your emotions. Then speak with intention, not impulse. 3. Be silent if your words might offend someone. Not every truth needs to be said. Not every opinion needs to be shared. If your words serve only to wound, to mock, or to bring someone down, pause. The freedom to speak comes with the responsibility to care. Because what you say can be forgiven, but not always forgotten. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? If the answer is no, let silence take the lead. Sometimes, the most respectful thing you can offer is your silence. 4. Be silent if your words could destroy friendship. Friendships are built over time with trust, loyalty, and understanding. But they can be broken in a moment with a single careless word. In the heat of disappointment or disagreement, we often feel the urge to say things just to prove a point, to win an argument, or to release frustration. But ask yourself, is being right more important than being kind? Sometimes, holding back a harsh truth or an unnecessary opinion can save years of connection. Because words, once spoken, can echo longer than you intend. Protect what matters. Choose silence when your words carry the power to break what took years to build. 5. Be silent if your silence can save a relationship. Not every situation needs an explanation. Not every misunderstanding needs to be fought. Sometimes, silence is the bridge that holds a relationship together when words would only widen the gap. There's power in stepping back, in giving space instead of arguments, in offering peace instead of pride. Your silence can speak volumes. It can say, I care more about us than about being right. When ego pushes you to speak, let love lead you to silence. Because sometimes, silence doesn't mean weakness, it means wisdom. 6. Be silent if you don't know the full story. It's easy to judge. Easy to jump to conclusions based on half-truths, rumors, or quick impressions. But speaking without full knowledge often leads to misunderstanding, and sometimes even injustice. We all have stories we haven't told, struggles we hide behind smiles. So before you speak, pause and remember, there's always more beneath the surface. Silence, in moments of uncertainty, is not ignorance, it's respect. It's the wisdom to observe before reacting. It's the patience to learn before judging. Let your silence be a sign of maturity, not a lack of opinion, but a mark of self-awareness. 7. Be silent if speaking is only to feed your ego. Sometimes we speak not to connect, but to impress. Not to help, but to show off. We interrupt, correct, or brag just to feel important. But when the heart is driven by ego, the words lose their meaning. True confidence doesn't need to prove itself out loud. It shows in calm presence, in thoughtful silence, in knowing when to step back. So before you speak, ask, am I sharing this to uplift or just to be seen? If it's only for attention, let silence remind you, you don't need to be loud to matter. 8. Be silent if your words could break someone's trust. Trust is delicate, earned over time, but lost in a moment. A secret shared with you is not yours to spread. A confession made in vulnerability is not yours to repeat. No matter how tempting it is to talk, remember, your silence can be someone's safety. When you protect someone's trust with your silence, you show integrity. And in a world full of noise, being trustworthy is a rare strength. Choose to be the person people can count on, not for advice or opinions, but for quiet loyalty. Small Blue Diamond 9. Be silent when you don't fully understand the subject. There's no shame in not knowing, but there is danger in pretending to know. Speaking without understanding often leads to confusion, not clarity. And it can rob you of the chance to truly learn. The wise listen more than they speak, because in listening, we grow. In silence, we make space for insight. So if you're unsure, be still. Ask, learn, then speak, not to sound smart, but to share value. Small Blue Diamond 10. Be silent when someone is sharing their pain. When someone opens their heart to you, don't rush to fix, correct, or respond. Sometimes, the most powerful support isn't found in words, but in presence. A listening ear, a silent nod, a hand on the shoulder. In those moments, they don't need your advice, they need your understanding. Let your silence say, I'm here, I hear you, you're not alone. Because comfort isn't always loud. Sometimes, silence is the loudest form of compassion. As you see, there are moments in life where you don't need to raise your voice to be heard. You don't need to prove a point to show your worth. You don't need to speak just to fill the silence. So the next time you're tempted to speak, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, will my words add value? Or is this a moment meant for silence? Let your silence be intentional. Let it be powerful. And most of all, let it be a reflection of your inner strength.